The fact that you were born to and loved by a spiral warrior is nothing more.
I'd also say that this, alongside that one episode of Ra's Aphon, is like in my top 2 best anime episodes.
For a messenger to be this recalcitrant.
Got it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with the final episode, final episode that we are recording together of Gurren Lagann. Obviously, there's a bunch of bonus material that I plan to. Yeah. Well, I didn't even know it existed before. It's the only reason I'd never seen it. My plan was for us to go through it, but I will only subject myself to that. So we got other shit to power through. More important to me to have you see that other shit at the very least. So
yeah,
choice has been made. Sorry. Before we even started recording, my thought process was going back to the last episode, where after they've defeated the multi-universal labyrinth, the anti-spiral says, "Your actions are baffling irregular." And baffling and irregular is how I describe my bowel movements. Anyway, how about your recap?
Okay. So what we're dealing with.
Remember, you're describing what happened last episode as we go into the last episode.
I know. What this series has been an epic tale of a group of humans who use spiral power to subvert the fate of the universe.
You lost me on like the 5th word.
We started underground.
I know you're going into a thing. I just want to say you started the same way the narrator always did, and then where the narrator says, "of a boy" or "of a man," you went wide scope, and it's like,
Of course. 100%, I had to.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Hell yeah, it's not just Simon. We started underground. We drilled our way to the surface. We were oppressed by gunmen, but we took some. Then we took out generals. Then we took out cities, and there was peace. Until there wasn't, because 1 million people lived on the surface, and now we have trudged through the outer limits of the universe, fighting the universe itself, because they don't know who the hell we are. So now we're at the end of that journey. Giant Mech just came out of a ring, and we are going to be fighting the anti-spirals with Nia behind us, possibly to a win, possibly to a sacrifice. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, who needs a compilation episode? Am I right?
Exactly.
I guess if future me thinks about it, put some backing music or something.
Let's put it this way. If you want a detailed example of events, there's a whole bunch of episodes to go back and check out. Don't start on this one unless you've already seen the show.
Well, the thing is, and I know I'm one of those kind of people who will, they're reacting to Gurren Lagann? I don't really need to watch all of it. I know what the scenes I want to see them react to. I'll just go to that episode and see how it happens. So, I don't blame anybody who's just jumping in here. I don't blame the people who didn't even hear this whole thing, and they just, jump to a time code.
Oh, that's just my recommendation.
The people who look at the YouTube and they see the little waveform thing that shows the most viewed parts of the video, I'm just going to see what the best part of the video is. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you people who aren't hearing this.
If you're not hearing this, support you as well. But yeah, that's it.
All right, well, I guess nothing else to do but to hop on into it.
Exactly.
Baffling irregular.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Your actions are baffling irregular.
Bafflingly irregular.
Why do you resist us so?
Gonna make like a sticker or a gif out of that.
You are a virtual life form that was spliced into the genome of the spiral race. When the remnants of that spiral race rose up in rebellion against us, you would be awakened and become our messenger. That is your reason for being. The fact that you were born to and loved by a spiral warrior is nothing more.
I'd also say that this, alongside that one episode of Ra's Avon, is like in my top 2
It is
best
quite a
anime
rare
episodes.
thing for a messenger to be this recalcitrant.
Got it.
The reason behind your
Recalcitrant.
defiance and the reason
Oh, that
behind
fucking
your
word.
obstinance. Determining those could give us the key to exterminating all spiral life forms.
No matter how deeply you probe my body, you will never understand.
That's what she said.
We have no need to understand. We only
Well,
need
she's
to
telling
know.
you that you've got
And
problems.
You may as well give up, because you'll never be able to defeat them. He will come. You can be sure of that.
The name of the song, by the way, is Liberate Me, parentheses, from hell.
Got it.
Well, Nia,
Smart use of a cape.
I'm here. Just like I promised.
Impossible. Sentient life forms can't possibly escape from a multidimensional labyrinth.
Don't underestimate
But they
us.
did it.
We don't care about time or space or multidimensional whatevers. We don't give a damn about that. Force your way down a path you choose to take and do it all yourself. That's the way Team Gurren rolls.
I'm already choking up.
Yeah.
The one inside of one inside of one. Remember that thing you said about being made of planets?
Yep. Now we've turned into a horror movie villain.
The dreams we left behind will open the door.
Even if the universe stands in our way,
Our seething blood will determine what will be. We'll break through time and space.
and defy all who would stop us to grab hold of our path!
Tengen toppa! Gurren Lagann!
Just who the hell do you think we are?
You said the
Galaxy-sized mecha, by the way. I will say
Yep.
it just because we're not going to see it. In the movie, it gets even bigger.
This is surprising.
Half the size of the
No
universe.
spiral race has ever made it this far.
Jeez.
Being exposed to such spiral power.
It is the
It no
largest
surprise that
mecha
our
in
messenger
mecha
was
history.
made
It's not even been surpassed
As
since.
you wish. We will fight on an even playing field, using the same form in which you find such comfort.
What does that mean?
It is his way. He is attempting to inflict absolute despair on us by fighting and defeating us on equal terms.
Lord Geno, you have a body.
We are in a super spiral universe where thought is given form.
Yep.
Let me join this fight, though my body is temporary.
I would be honored.
Nia, I know I don't have the right to act as your father, but you've done well.
I thank you, my father.
Have you snapped out of your 1,000-year doldrums, Spiral King?
I am no king, just a simple warrior. The same as you are, Viral.
Sir,
27
both
episodes to get to this fight.
Yep.
They're running on top of a galaxy, by the way.
Very, very, very clearly. Cool designs, though.
Spiral race!
and then hit another galaxy.
As you do.
I'll handle this.
You waste your time.
I'm going in.
Yeah, me too!
The universe is under our complete control. Your chances of winning here are absolutely zero.
Now here you go.
What's that?
That is the anti-spiral's homeworld.
Yep.
She is correct.
It's part of their mech.
We anti-spirals were once a spiral race like yourselves. But when we learned that the evolution of spiral power would lead to the destruction of the universe, we annihilated all those who possessed the power of the spiral and drove the few surviving life forms to the far corners of the universe.
Shuriken galaxies.
Shuriken galaxies.
Locked ourselves away in this pocket universe. On our home world, we sealed away our bodies and any possibility of evolution. This form is the symbol of our determination.
Hence why they're drawn in that low detail style.
Your spiral power. Do you possess the resolve to do that? We defended the universe by killing our fellow spirals and halting our own evolution. Do you possess the sheer fortitude that is on par with that? Do you? We say.
Oh, snap.
You possess neither will
Pinball.
nor resolve.
No reason.
You use your spiral power to satisfy your own desires and grow drunk on it. It's your fundamental limitation. It is for that reason that we must exterminate you!
What's going on? We're not even denting it! At this rate, we won't be able to protect Earth!
You need to believe.
Until we get back there.
Look! It's the Earth!
It is?
Well, a little bit more for that absolute despair thing.
Space-time
Yeah.
Most likely, the battle against the anti-spirals might have interacted with the spiral realm perceptual teleportation system, and
created a space-time bypass.
Fascinating. That is your home world, is it?
Yeah, I wonder what everybody back home is up to right about now.
Huh? It's a good transition.
What's the big emergency? Look! Up there!
What is that?
Yeah, besides mecha, it's like, what would it look like?
Teleportation detected. I'm getting a huge reading.
The anti-spirals? Super-dimensional anchor!
That's
You're not
Dayaka.
laying a finger on my Earth!
Hey, that's Gurren Lagann.
Give it all you've got! Leave it to
Jeez.
me! That planet don't belong to you! I got the best wife in the universe! Swing!
Have to be Dayaka, because that's his wife they're looking at.
Yep.
probability alteration? Whoa, I'm impressed.
You bet! When it comes to spacey interruptions, I'm your man!
You continue to struggle. even
Everyone's
though
getting
you can
payoff.
know.
Yeah.
Of course we do! The tomorrow we're trying to grab for ourselves is not the tomorrow that you've set out for us! It's the tomorrow that we choose for ourselves.
And now they're gonna get a power upgrade because everyone can add their spiral power.
We'll fight our way through. We'll keep fighting and protect the universe. We'll stop the spiral nemesis too.
You can't possibly accomplish all that!
Just watch us.
Anti-spiral angry.
A lowly species that is
Yeah.
suppressed by us. We will make you regret your insolence!
He's building up massive energy! It's on par with the birth of the universe!
It's almost like a Big Bang.
And that's what they're going to hit us with?
Infinity Big Bang! Score!
Infinity Big Bang.
Burn in the everlasting hellfire of creation!
Jesus.
Be utterly annihilated! Down to the very last scrap of DNA!
Try to hang on, Dory! You do get me!
Damn!
Best statement the whole time. Damn.
This is bad. We can't take too much more of this. Simon. Oh, honey.
It's bad, but it'll take a lot more than this to finish him.
A
Yep.
whole planet of people believe him.
Yep.
Not yet. We're not done.
Simon! Leave this one to me.
Fucking Lord Genome.
The Zen gun. Overload!
Father!
And this is where Genome sacrifices himself.
Daughter. My soul once drowned in a sea of despair and weariness, but hath reawakened. If this body can create a tomorrow for all spiral life, I will gladly give it.
Yes, I agree completely.
Mia, what are you?
Sima, you've come all this way so that you could finally do what you had to do. Right?
That's right. We'll win this fight.
Together.
Count on it. Obviously.
Your deaths will
Fucking
be
virile.
nothing! Be gone!
The Zengon is suffering a quantum breakdown!
Just what I was waiting for! Simon! Take it!
Here we go.
Lord Genome, let's do this together.
Impossible. He allowed himself to undergo quantum breakdown so he could become one with the energy.
Thank you for explaining it, Anti-Spiral.
Yep. Yeah, now those who control the universe are fighting the universe.
How can this be? Where are you drawing all of this power from?
We evolve beyond the person we were a minute before. Little by little, we advance a bit further with each turn. That's how a drill works.
That is the path that leads
So all those times that I've been saying that's how a drill works. Now you know why.
Yeah.
No, that's your limitation! You sit here closed off, locking away other life forms like some kind of king! That's nobody's limitation but your own!
He's right! We humans used to have somebody much greater than us! For his sake alone, we'll keep on moving forward! I've staked everything! On the greatness of the human spirit, too!
Insert words here because...
No, shush. 1 second.
Open a hole in the universe, and that hole will be a path for those behind us. The dreams of those who have fallen, the hopes of those who will follow. Those two sets of dreams weave together into a double helix, drilling a path towards tomorrow. And that's tengen toppa. That's Gurren Lagann. My drill is the drill that creates the heavens.
Sorry, I couldn't let you interrupt the speech.
That's why I was trying to say something there before I felt something coming.
Yeah, well, again, I'm in the know, so I have to.
Yep.
Also, every ship.
Simon!
Oh, it's all good. We got... Nice.
If this is how it must be, protect the universe at all costs.
Of course we will. Humanity isn't that stupid.
Because at the end of the day, it was literally an argument about how to best protect things. Also, we've got like a lot of episode left.
It's true.
What happened?
The energy that was maintaining that universe between dimensions has vanished.
Hey, that thing that you said about them all getting logons.
Yep.
Simon! Do you read me? Simon! We're being contacted by one planet after another from across the galaxy! The freed spiral races are all sending us messages of joy and celebration! There are so many others like us out there! Simon!
Not dead.
Not dead.
It's all over, Nia.
Yes. Let's go home.
Welcome home, Mistress Nia.
You got a voice line.
Thank you, old Coco.
It was a good voice line.
Look at this! See?
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Simon, for everything.
Deserved moment. All because of me, because I'm the priest, though.
Wait for it.
Nia, I will never forget you. Through the end of the universe.
But silly, it'll never end. That's what we all worked so hard for.
Yeah, you're right.
I love you so, Simon.
Yeah, I do too. I love you.
Simon.
It's all right. We knew this would happen. Both of us knew.
Yeah, but it's not...
Defeating the anti-spirals meant that this was going to happen.
Nia was a virtual life form of the anti-spirals.
Yeah.
I'm amazed she hung on as long as she did.
That's why she went all pixelated during the fight.
Yeah.
Well then you should just use the power of the spiral. Why can't you use that power?
There's Justin in the background of the scene.
And not just her.
Yeah.
All the other people we lost.
Sorry, but Simon isn't God, Gimme.
Those who are dead are dead. If we bring them back to life, they'll just get in the way of the next generation, right?
It's not he can't.
It's in your hands now.
He just doesn't want to.
Simon!
Yep.
Because it's not
I'm
right.
just Simon the Digger. There's someone better suited to go down the tunnels I dug.
You can count on me.
We had lots of fun, didn't we?
Simon!
You might have had a decent time.
There's after credits, so don't like preemptively close everything.
No.
Just in case. Didn't want to risk it. But yeah, no, I think the thing that hits me the hardest is nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the sense of loss for things, but that's the normal thing. Everyone gets hit with nostalgia too. So the whole, it was fun while it lasted. or even Simone's own personal opinion, you know, if I did bring everybody back, they would just get in the way of everyone that's actually supposed to be here. And it goes to the whole speech before about those who came before us and those who come after. Because even during the speech, you recognize that he's saying, "Oh, everybody has their time." But it answers the question that you were saying, like, he could just bring them all back. It's like, yeah, he could. They're saying he's not God, but technically, I think he kind of is. He has the power to do it, is the point. He creates the heavens.
Yeah.
He's got creation as his superpower.
No, it's exactly that.
I mean, hell, Lord Genome wasn't as powerful, and he made somebody immortal.
The Galactic Spiral Peace Conference. I hope it goes well.
We may be fellow spiral races, but we're different species, and have different ways of thinking. It's taken 20 years to put it together.
The job would have been impossible for
20 years later, and you look like Grandpa.
I just wonder what he's up to.
He's out there somewhere.
You say that as he's probably like 40.
That's the sort of man
Yeah, probably.
This is Naki. I've been selected to represent the galaxy in the Gropro Squadron. We will stop the spiral.
A little bullhead crybaby kid.
Goodbye, Miss Yomiko.
Now a Gropro pilot.
Yep. Yo, they did her dirty, making her look older. She's not that old.
It's finally time, Gimme.
Yeah.
Captain, the Grab Pearl forces are about to lift off. Begin tracking.
Good. Spin up the super spiral engines. As soon as they're all aboard, super teleport into deep space. We're representing Earth out there. Put some spirit into it.
Hero's immortal. She ain't gonna get older, so.
Yeah.
And 2 graves now.
What's wrong, kid?
I can't drill a hole in this thing.
You're putting too much force into it. Try turning the drill more gently.
Like this? Hey, it worked! You're awesome, mister!
Of course it worked. Just who the hell do you...
Yeah, me!
I guess I'm no one.
Ah, awesome! It's Gurren Lagann! Look at all the Gurren Lagans!
You know, I think you're right.
I wonder if I'll ever go.
Sure you will, because the lights in the skies are stars. Hmm? Yeah, they're stars.
There's the boy.
Stars where our spiral cousins are waiting for us.
It's a good ending.
It's a good show. It's really
It's a very
a
good
good show. I don't know. It's the impact of basically like Gunbuster, and then when you watch Diebuster and you hit the... It's not really an ending, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, and obviously in Diebuster, it's everything those characters do are set up to meet the characters from Gunbuster, who we then see the ending come full circle. And it's just set up the same way that I felt with the Gunbuster ending, which is we don't know what happens. It just implies things. And here at the post, we get 20 years later, where Simone is just wandering the world as a homeless man, I guess. With the powers of God, though. So...
Yeah, I don't know if I go with the... I don't know if homeless man would even be the correct term.
Oh, no, he looks like a homeless dude. He does not look like he has a home, is what I'm saying. Also, why would Simon settle down? Like, that's not even in his character, to settle down to a place.
The only reason I question the phrasing is he, like, the idea of creation that he understands, he doesn't need for one place.
Well, he also doesn't need the power of creation either. Simon is one of those types of characters where it's like, okay, I'm going to give you godlike power, and they're like, he's going to be like, okay, I'm never going to use it. No, he's
That's
one
the
of
person
those.
you give it to.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, he obviously used it to free everybody, but after that, there's no threat anymore.
Yeah.
And he's all about, like, the natural cycle of things, so that's what I'm saying. He's just a homeless wandering guy now.
I see what you're saying.
He doesn't need a home. The whole thing about the time skip from before was that he was like, hey, Nia, let's just wander the world. Taking that into account, he's also just doing the thing that he was planning to do with Nia, except now she's no longer there, so he's doing it for the both of them. I'm gonna start crying. I know, you don't get the same emotion about it that I do.
It's good. I like it.
I don't know, it just hits me in the right spots. I understand it might not be everyone's anime, but for me, it like targets all the right spots. Where like there's plenty of other emotional anime out there that might hit everybody else. Not everybody. That might hit specific people the same way that this hits me, because whatever their emotional triggers are, that they're set up to hit those people. For me, like I said, I was crying just the manly bits. So I don't know. There's something in there that just gets right in the heart.
I get it. No, it was phenomenally well done, and it built up to a very good point. And they did have a sacrificial moment at the end, but it was more a.
It is, but I don't know if it technically is.
It was more of a. Unfortunately, this is the outcome. Versus I'm going to actively sacrifice myself, which I think is better.
You're talking about Nia.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Lord Genome, who actually sacrificed himself, and I was like, did he really, though? Because there's still the question in there, is that actually Lord Genome?
So the Lord Genome active sacrifice thing, I see why it was said, but to me, that was an active sacrifice. To me, that was more of a Lord Genome fulfilling his purpose, because he's probably not gone.
Oh, he is. He actually turned himself into energy and then fed that energy into the rest of everybody else.
Yes. So when they tap into that energy, they could they not use that as a way to bring back Lord Genome and say,
did you forget the lesson at the very end about not bringing people back? Especially maybe not the 1,000-year-old guy who had literally got in everybody's way. Yeah, the literal Aesop fable of the story.
It's possible.
Well, that's what you say. You bring people back, they'll just get in the way of the people who are to come. Lord Genome, our whole season 1 Aesop fable of guy getting in the way of everybody to come. Also, he died once already, and we already brought him back. But there's a line in there where they say it's not like all him. He doesn't have his personality or anything anymore. So it's technically, that's why he's like the friendlier Lord Genome. They like edited out everything else but his knowledge.
Correct.
So that's what I'm saying. Is the Lord Genome, whose thoughts are being made manifest, actually Lord Genome? Or is he... It's like the transporter dilemma in Star Trek. Because the transporter breaks you down and then reassembles you somewhere else. So is that not just another guy on the other end of the transporter?
Fair enough.
Well, I guess even it's not the best example. The best example would be the Prestige, right?
Yes.
You know, I kill myself so that the next guy doesn't have to deal with that question.
Huh.
Like I said, there's so much minute depth in the show. Like,
yes,
I never actually had this conversation about is that the real Lord Genome in my own head before, but like it's there. Like one line from Rossiu or Rossiu's assistant about what we did to make him the biocomputer. Or I still don't actually know if Buta was in the multidimensional labyrinth and then imagined that he was human as his like power fantasy, like everybody else's fantasy, or did he actually evolve, then get trapped? Because he doesn't come back as a human. He comes back as Buta, the little animal, the little pig mole again.
I can't imagine he didn't. Because you saw everybody else frozen in place.
Okay, except when Simone flies off as Gurren Lagann and pulls everybody else from their dreams.
Yep.
The dream in which Bunta is real, a real boy, is the dream where he's frozen in place. He gets pulled from being frozen in place.
But you don't see the other frozen people when he gets pulled.
No, I'm saying that it's like that's the fantasy. Everybody else gets pulled from their fantasy. His fantasy is where he's frozen.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I'm saying. It started off real. He used he evolved, fell into the fantasy, but his fantasy was still the same appearance. But you don't see the people frozen in their fantasies when he's pulled.
We all see fake people in the other fantasies.
But so they're moving. They don't have that same visual effect.
Oddly, no one else had a fantasy about being frozen in place. So I'm saying that Buta, I think maybe is a dumb animal, and all his whole fantasy was about being a person like Simone, and after that, he was happy being frozen because he already achieved his thing. So I think everybody else is fake, because conceivably we already know that Yoko was on the bridge. So she would have been in the background, frozen with everybody else. And again, it's the fact that
I understand what you're saying. I don't agree.
Behind him, the Gurren Lagann flies by, implying the entire thing is fake.
I understand what you're saying.
This is like the spinning top from Inception, right? It's just debatable because we don't have 100% of the information. And arguably, you can argue about the missing information. It just doesn't make sense to me why he would turn into a human, get trapped in the labyrinth, and then the part that we see him being pulled out of fantasy-wise is exactly where he got stopped in the fantasy. You would think that he would be doing superhero shit or something in his fantasy. Like, oh no, he instantly broke out and was doing other stuff. So the fact he's still frozen, I don't know. Obviously, we've made our points clear. I don't know why I'm going back over again.
It's all good.
And then, like you started with the Nia sacrifice. Well, it technically wasn't a sacrifice. It was just, as they say, she was holding herself together as long as possible, since literally her power source, the anti-spirals, ceased to be.
Yep.
Clearly, they were already waning on power because she flickered in the middle of the fight.
Yeah. So the wedding was like the final commitment between the two, knowing full well what was on the way.
Well, yeah, that's why Simone, during the fight, looked down at her very concerned and unhappy. And that's why she tells him, this is what you came here for, right? You have to finish what we came here for. So that he didn't get all distracted by what was going on. Like, the final, I guess it's the implied final faltering of Simone, that he may have just stopped fighting to save Nia. But she had to convince him to keep going. So I guess in that way, it may be seen as a sacrifice that she had to convince him to kill the thing keeping her alive.
I see it.
Tried real hard to make an argument. I can see it in your face.
No, it's not that. I'm trying to... I think it was more of an acknowledgement between the two of like, we both know what's coming next.
Well, no, they obviously both knew. Because the moment it happened, Simone looks unhappy and upset about it. It's the fact that he needed prodding from Nia to continue. Implies to me that, because he's been doing this for Nia the whole time. The whole saving the universe is a development that happens on the path to saving Nia.
Yeah.
So he kind of had to be convinced by Nia that, hey, you may have been here to save me, but you've also here for a bigger reason too.
Agree. I think there's more to it.
Well, Simone's also been a foilable. That sounds like the word I want to use, but I don't know. Foilable. He's full of foilable. No, that's not right. He's full of foibles. He's foilable. And back after Kamina died, he goes through his whole depression phase. We've been shown directly that Simone is a human character.
Correct.
So it is not beyond the lens to say that he might have given up on the universe to save Nia, even though he had been saying, no, we'll save them both. Because when presented with it, Nia in his arms, literally flickering out of existence, that he might have been, oh shit, this is real.
And I think he's past like, the moment that we got him even popping out of the water-like substance, he was past that. He was past not getting the job done.
Right, but it doesn't hit him directly how real it is until, again, the love of his life is flickering out of existence in his own arms. The fact that he gives her the look, right? Nothing has shaken him as much as that. Like, he seems to get more resolved to do the thing when his friends die. He says, I'll take this in, and I'll accomplish the task for you. I'll remember this moment, this second, right? He says those things, but he doesn't look as wavered on his face as when Nia starts going.
I see what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong.
I just don't think you're right.
There's more nuance to it, I think, but I can't explain it.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. I think we're having a debate because there is nuance. If there wasn't, then it would be, you're fucking stupid. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How you cannot see that? Are you fucking blind? It would be a lot more, these characters don't have the emotional depth for us to have that kind of debate. But they do. It's been developed on a whole thing up till now because we've seen their entire fucking lives. Because it's a journey. And that's the whole point.
Not a destination.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the why we don't end with them like, oh, and then they lived happily ever after. We had to have a whole post about, no, not everybody gets what they want, even if they fight hard enough, which is the great subtext to the whole, God, it's been said so many times, burst your way down a path that you choose yourself, not the path that everyone else lays out for you. Because the easy thing to do would be to say, yeah, just do this incredibly easy thing to say, and damn the consequences, and you'll live the happy life you've always wanted. No. Push your way down the path you choose, and that's the path you choose for yourself, and it might not turn out the way you want it to turn out, but it's still your path. Simone chose to do this thing, and didn't end up with the woman he loved, and is ultimately alone on the beach with some random kid 20 years down the road.
But no, he's not alone because he had those moments, and he's get to live with knowing that he's become hope. He's the reason why this cycle ended.
I am become hope. No. I think you're wrong on that one, but not because you are wrong. I think you're wrong on a personal level for me, because that wouldn't apply for me. But I'm not like. Obviously, I have a hard time giving shit up. So yeah. Like I said, I think you're wrong on a personal level, but personal level in regards to myself. Obviously, there are people that live their lives that way who could be like, I'm fine living with the memories of everything that happened. I'm not alone so long as I remember. In which case, Alzheimer's Simone is the horrible end result, I guess. But, yeah. So, like I said, that wouldn't work for me. I would consider myself alone, but having had saved everyone. So I'd like at least have that like personal congratulatory in my own head thing, but not like I would still consider myself alone, especially if I'm watching them all literally go into space. Those were my friends. They're gone now. I guess maybe I can visit Yoko on her island school if I want, but that would be weird. Strange homeless guy shows up into a place with a bunch of little kids.
Well, like it's I understand the point of view, but it's the idea of like a father sending off his child to like university, where like, yeah, you're the reason that's happening. You've done everything you can.
I feel like we brought up Cats in the Cradle before, where it's literally about the son not getting to spend time with the dad, and then the son grows up, and the dad wants to spend time with the son, but the son doesn't have time to spend time with the dad. Ultimately, those people are alone.
Oh yeah, but you can be alone and be happy.
I'm not saying anything about that. I've said that that's not the kind of person I am, which is why I disagree with you. But I also recognize that other people are different. That normal human thing that you should be able to do, that recognize that not everybody needs to have your point of view. Politics sucks. Yeah. God, the show has so much fucking depth. Alright, well, obviously there's still so much more we could talk about, but we don't have time in the day to go on about shit forever. I will lay out here, though, that I have also never seen the movie before. I'm only familiar with the concept that the mecha gets to half the size of the universe as an element of, how does that happen? That didn't happen in the show, and then finding out it happens in the movie. So I'll probably eventually watch the movie too. Not sure how that'll play. As quiet as I've been through the show, just like gripping my kneecaps watching things happen. But yeah, so if you're on this playlist, just know that going forward it's gonna be me silently enjoying shit in a space where you're supposed to talk. So we'll figure out how that'll work. Otherwise, I have been Theta. This has been Justin. We've been Stonefaced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stonefaced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?